Hi, my name is Munya Duvera, management consultant in Johannesburg, and today we're talking private equity. What is private equity? Well, private equity is a type of equity and one of the asset classes consisting of equity securities and debt in operating businesses not traded publicly on the stock exchange. And that is one of the key differentiators of private equity investments, in that they do not invest in publicly traded businesses. They usually will invest in companies that are privately held. What they can do, though, in some cases is take a publicly traded business and delist it and hold it as a privately owned business and operate it as that. That's private equity firms. Now, what type of transactions do private equity firms engage in? Well, number one, LBOs, leveraged buyouts. And I conduct a separate video on LBOs, which you can find on my YouTube channel. Venture capital, VC. As well as that, I have a different video on venture capital, and I explain what it is, and you can find it on this YouTube channel. Distressed investments. A distressed investment is basically a company that is distressed, that is not doing well, and what private equity firms would do is bring in large sums of money, bring in their expertise, their management skills, and attempt to turn this business around. Usually a distressed investment could be a company which private equity firms see is lacking, in most cases, just management. So you do find businesses that have a good product, have a good service, but the management is inadequate, it is not competent, and private equity firms will feel they can turn that business around. Growth capital. Growth capital, companies that have potential, companies that have a product on which it can be turned into a massive business. Private equity firms will bring large money, they'll bring management skills and attempt to make that business bigger. And finally, mezzanine capital. And I do conduct a separate video on what mezzanine capital is, which you can find on my YouTube channel. Investment size. Private equity firms invest large sums of money. They don't deal with 10 million, 20 million. They deal, in most cases, 100 million rand and above. These are large sums of money and they look for large returns. Next, funds. The question is, where do they get this money? Because private equity funds, in essence, are funds that money is taken or is gathered by equity firms from other investors. So who are these investors? Well, these are institutional investors, such as university endowment funds, such as pension funds, such as insurance companies, and in some cases, wealthy individuals. These are people with large or have a lot of money that they can also partake in private equity funds. And finally, fees. What type of fee structure do private equity firms take? Well, usually it's a 2-20 system. 2% of the investment fund, which they use as management fees, and 20% in profits. So whatever amount of money they raise from institutional investors, they will take 2% of that and use it as management fees. They'll use that money for operations, for looking for investments, to conduct due diligence. And thereafter, 20%, they take 20% of the profit. So after the investment horizon, maybe 5 years, 7 years, 10 years, after the money has come back, they'll take 20% as profit. Therefore, there you have it, private equity, an asset class. And private equity is vibrant in Africa. You do find private equity firms in Johannesburg, mostly in Johannesburg, some in Cape Town, 1 or 2 in Durban, but the industry is exciting, the industry is vibrant, and it's definitely something to look out for. I'm Munya Duvera, management consultant in Johannesburg. You can follow me on Twitter at Munya Duvera, on LinkedIn, same handle, Facebook, Instagram, or give me a call. You can find my contact details on my website, munyaduvera.co.za. Give me a call, send me an email. Let's talk business.